This is 5 Minutes with Mike, our news, our voice, and our opinion. With your host, Michael Beckford. Now stop, listen, and pay attention for 5 Minutes with Mike.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Mike. I am your host, Michael Beckford, and hey, welcome to Black History Month. Here we go. For those of us that are of African American descent and those that are not, we celebrate Black History Month. It's definitely a lot of proud achievements that were done by Black Americans, African Americans, colored, whatever you want to call us. A lot of proud achievements that were done by our people, and it's something to celebrate and something to think about. So, our topic for today is Florida governor bans books, bans courses, bans Black people. On this first day of Black History Month, February 2023, we have come to find out that the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, aka DeSatan, wants to ban not only AP African American courses in high school, but he wants to ban any kind of inclusive conversations in college state-run institutions throughout the state of Florida. This Florida governor is clearly out of his freaking mind. He has taken a tone of dictatorship to a new level, and unfortunately, there is nobody there to stop him. The Democratic Party in Florida is weak, and the NAACP is barely moving the needle. On this day, not only are we celebrating a new year, or shall I say a new chapter in the Black History Month, but also we mourn the death of Tyree Nichols, who was buried today from the heinous police brutality. Governor stuck on stupid Ron DeSantis not only wants to ban books, ban courses, and ultimately ban Black people. This is the type of racist governor that no nation that claims to be inclusive needs to have represented itself. He claims freedom is a reason that he's doing all these injustices in relation to the African American community in Florida, but everything that he's doing is opposite of freedom. In fact, it's more of a mirror to the Chinese Communist Party. And this episode of 5 Minutes with Mike is sponsored by the Urban Classics Collection. Download 12 ebooks plus 3 audiobooks, all for less than the price of a hardback book. With best-selling titles such as Dying to Be Straight and thought-provoking books such as Speak Up Poetry and Dirty Negroes, this collection of urban books and audiobooks is great for those that are lovers of African American literature. All 12 ebooks and Urban Classic Collections written by me, Michael D. Beckford, and link is in the description below. With a limited time 50% off discount promo code 2023books, that's 2023 books for 50% off the Urban Classic Collection. Link is in the description below. Now, let's get back into the episode. The Florida governor wants to ban books, ban courses, ban Black people. My first segment is, who will rise up to Ron DeSantis, a.k.a. DeSatan, the boogeyman? Who will rise up to this guy? You know, unfortunately in Florida, my home state, my place that I grew up, born and raised, my daughter lives there, my whole family's there, all that stuff. Unfortunately for Florida, both the House and the Senate of Florida is ran by Republicans. So, you know, it's pretty much this governor gets the rubber stamp on everything that he decides. And for someone to have power without friction is a wrong move for everyone else. I don't care how great that person is today, that person will definitely screw you tomorrow. And so at the end of the day, my question is, who will rise up to Ron DeSantis? Somebody needs to rise up. Some institution need to rise up and say, hey, no, this has to stop. I know that Ben Crump recently put in a lawsuit against him in regards to AP African American Studies and things like that. So, hey, we need more people like Ben Crump to rise up against this governor. On to my next segment. This governor is on an ultimate power trip, and if he is elected president 2024, we all should be clutching our pearls. Listen, we all know that Ron DeSantis wants to be president, okay? He wanted to be president back before he ran for governor. And unfortunately, we got this crap of a particular governor for the state of Florida, especially when it comes down to minority needs or LGBT inclusive ideologies. Ron DeSantis has proven himself to be a hater of liberal ideology. Now, do I currently agree with everything that's liberal? Of course not. I think the liberals can be just as bad as the Republicans. But when it comes down to things that are inclusive, when it comes down to things that matter towards my community, the black community, I have a problem with this particular said governor. And this particular individual, if he becomes president, oh my. And if he has both the House and Republican Congress and Senate Congress, woo, this nation, especially black people and LGBT people, will be in a whirlwind of trouble. Because if he duplicates or tries to duplicate what he's doing in Florida, you bet your bottom dollar he'll try to do the same thing over in Washington. Now, I believe in my next segment, there is a war on black people. Yes, indeed, there is a war on black people. You don't start these particular things with wanting to ban AP courses and ban college institutions or CRT, this, that, and the third, without there clearly being a war on black people. No, we're not out there going and fighting and doing this and doing that, physically. But there is a war of ideology. There's a war of mindset on black people right now. And unless we as black people do something different, unless we as black people go in those halls of Congress, unless we as black people put pressure on those that are the powers that be, these corporations that profit off of prisons, these corporations that profit off of these laws that are enacted, unless we as black people and others, because it don't just black people are affected, unless we go out and put pressures on the state and on this nation, nothing will change. Now, let me hit you with some black facts. Did you know Lawrence Douglas Wilder was the first African American in the United States to be elected governor of a state? A veteran of the Korean War, he was a lawyer by profession. And he was the first black member of the Senate of Virginia in the 20th century. Now, let's take them to church. Hallelujah. As a longtime Florida resident, I pray to God that the people of Florida can recall this governor. I pray that the Democratic Party, or whoever thinks that they will gain favor with black people, I pray that they can recall this governor and get him out of office. He is dangerous for Florida and very dangerous for America. And one of the best ways to help support this channel is by purchasing our newly minted merch. Introducing the Michael Beckford Collection, a new collection of socially conscious apparel, and get your hoodies, t-shirts, caps, and more. Link is in the description below. And if you love this content, please hit that like and subscribe button, and also the little bell if you'd like to get notifications anytime a new video is uploaded. 5 Minutes Mike is written, produced, and directed by Michael D. Beckford. All rights reserved. Copyright 2023 by Speak Publishing International and a Michael Beckford Media Group LLC production. Thank you for listening and watching.